Hello guys, back again. It's a Tuesday afternoon. It is so nice out. It's like, it's saying 70 degrees outside, but in the sun it feels much warmer. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. Love it. Makes you feel good. This is day 2 of this soft build or rebuild or just a clean and put back together. I'm at the point where I had this soaking last night in carb cleaner, and I had some specks of nastiness in the bottom of this bowl, and I got that out and blew it out. I took off I went ahead and I took these off anyways. I think they're called plenum blasi blasi blah blah blasi. I don't know what the hell they call them, plenum diffuses or whatnot. The idle air screws I took out, blew through clean. Everything seems to be working now. What I'm going to do now is set the floats on the top half of the carb, and we're going to take the needle seats out. I'm going to push them out, pull them out, and check out how they are going up inside here. Essentially, you got a brass pin that you push through, pushing through. Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to do this one-handed again. Okay, that comes out. Check these sometimes. They do get, see how they're brazed? Sometimes they'll get a hole and they'll fill up with fuel and they'll be heavy and they won't work. So you shake them. And this one, see, you don't hear anything. If you hear a little sloshing around, then there's a hole in it. Okay. Then we have this needle seat. It's got a neoprene tip on it. The older styles had just a brass tip, but these have a little neoprene covering on them. Let's see if we can zoom in. Appears to be good. Then you have the actual housing, jet housing, and there's a screen on the bottom of that. So we're going to go get a screwdriver and try to back that off and see what the screen looks like. So we come over to the box. We want to get a slotted screwdriver with a pretty wide blade. Something that big. Okay. Okay. Wow, depth perception looking through this. This is going to be tricky. Alright, that's good. That wasn't too bad. Okay. This is a 1406. 650 CFM carb. Now this pops out, there should be a screen on the bottom of this thing, and there is. And see, we got bits of nasty in there. See it? Oh wait. See all the bits of nasty in there? See it all? So that might be a problem. So, and if you look down here, I think maybe we found Bertha's ailment. See it? See the schmegma that was in there? Alright, so that might have been the problem. So, we got this one to do, and then there's another one here underneath this float assembly. Then you have to adjust the floats. Since I didn't really do anything to them, I didn't really mess around with it, so I'm just going to leave it as is, but I'm going to show you what they recommend to you how to do it. They essentially tell you to take a 7/16 drill bit, I guess this diameter here, and at the very face of it, see how it's just lifting just a bit? See, that's actually a little bit low. They want that just essentially like a feeler gauge. They want that at 7/16. And once you can bend right here at this juncture. Don't try not to bend the needle seat here, because then it's gonna mess it up. So you want to bend it right here. I usually use a pair of little needle nose, and I'll grab it right here, and I'll bend. I'll try to hold back on this and bend. So, but like I said, it'll rock even with the gasket, and they want 7/16 there. So I mean, it's close. So we'll bend that up just a bit. And that's the only adjustment I got that they give you there. And then, which is kind of a contradiction on their behalf, is they want you to flip this over. See how the float drops down? And they want 15/16 between that flat spot of that gasket to Oh man, this is tough. I'm sorry, guys. Where can I place this without it crashing down and just making my day miserable? Here we go. They want 15/16 between just the nose of this thing and the flat part of this gasket. So in the rebuild kits, they give you, I had it yesterday, I showed you guys, kind of like a little T-square, little square, not a T-square, T-square, I'm not cutting drywall. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Well, anyways, it'll show up. I know it's here somewhere, but and then you measure from the very, where it starts to turn here, this very front edge, they want 15/16 measurement. But when you set this at 7/16, this should be set at the 15/16, but I don't know what the deal is with that, so you might have to do kind of a little bit more manipulating with this gasket. Ooh, that was scary. Hot's pumping now, hot pumping now. Now let me get some calming liquid. That'll calm me down. Yeah, I'll keep the heart rate down. So yeah, we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna do that other jet, that other needle seat. I don't even know what the hell I call it. I'm making up these names as I go along. Right, we push it through. It should be fairly free. Drop it. We'll keep that on the right side, and we'll keep this on the left so we don't confuse them, because there might be. I just like to put things back in the order that they came out. So we remove it, place it down. We take the needle out. We look at the tip. Appears to be clean. We set that down. We grab our big screwdriver, big slotted blade. You want to bridge between the two gaps here, because you don't want to do it on one side or the other, because they end up growing in this housing. And you, a little bit of a go crazy with it. Okay, screwdriver down. I hope you guys, I don't know, this is the way I've done them, so there's no really right way to do it or wrong way to do it. Well, there's a wrong way, but this is the way I do it. This is not a how-to, this is how I do. So we're gonna just get that first and foremost straightened out. This is not a how-to, this is how I do. Okay, we back this bad boy off. Should be a screen on the bottom of this one too. What does that look like? So that's much cleaner. See it? So this side was really gummed up, nasty. So that might have been my problem. That's why I was having all that idling issues and just running like crap. So I mean, this, I mean, I'll even show you guys. This is how much I drive this car and use it. I mean, this was last year's oil. It's gonna get changed again this year, but you see it? You know how clean that is? I rarely drive this car, and I didn't go last year because I had some problems and life came first. But this year I want to get it on the road and give birth to some road time. So, and Zig, yeah, I do have a 1-inch spacer. I've had it on there before, but I didn't like the response I had, the throttle response, which is, I had plenty of room with that cowl, and there it is right there. I took it off, put it back in, but in the event that I want to just mess around with it, I can throw it back on fairly easily. And I got nothing but room up in here. So, and this cowl, it was a fiberglass cowl that I put on a steel hood, and I had nothing but problems right from the get-go. Everything it shrank when it was out in the sun, and you can see all the little shrinkage all the way up and down. You can see it pulling through. But I mean, it looks good when you're driving by somebody fast. So that's that. We're gonna clean that out. 10-minute video. And I'll be back to put this back together. Alright guys, talking too much. See ya. Excuse me. Sorry for the skewed look, but we got Skycam going on here. Skycam. So nothing but the best for my friends. I got this float bowl in. Now I'm gonna put, float bowl, float. That's in. Okay. we're gonna put the other one back, shake it. Remember, when you take it out, make sure there's no fuel in it, because if there's a little bit of fuel, that means there's a hole in this and it's not gonna work properly. So we take our neoprene needle. This is the little seat with the screen in it. I screwed it back in. It just drops in. We grab our brass pin. We just set it over. Drive the pin through. Okay. Like so. And centered, squared. Now, in theory, I can flip this thing upside down and it won't fall apart. And it did fall apart. So, that's because I did something wrong. You take this and you flip it this way. Getting all cocky. So what happens when you get cocky? You put it right back into your place. Now, I showed you the wrong way to do it. Now I'm just, that's possibly can happen to you. So now I just did it on purpose. Now I'm going to show you the right way to do it. You just flip it around, make sure it's in the right position, and that's it. Ta-da! Remember now, 7/16. 7/16, as you can see. I have a little bit of a, that's like perfect. This one, not so perfect. So you take it, like I say, just bend it down a bit. Little moves. Little moves, little moves, little moves. Send it back in. There it is. Okay, so this is set. Alright. Now, make sure our baffles are in. Okay. Our I guess, I don't know, it's a weird name. It's a fuel pump or whatever, the fuel piston, blah blah blah. I call it a power valve. It's not. It's just essentially it's a pump. So we gotta make sure that goes in right and seats perfect. So what the hell do they call this again? A piston, step piston, or step up piston, or whatever the hell it is, which is essentially, it's a plunger. Okay, I got a soft seat here, rubber seat. That goes down. Make sure that goes down where it belongs. And we take this and we flip it. Okay. Make sure your gasket's okay. You might have to send it up through here. And then down. It should drop right into place. And that's what it does. And it dropped right into place. So, now we take all our screws. I said bolts earlier, but they're not, they're just screws. And we screw everything back in. We screw the top back on. Not gonna worry about these needles. These needles and these plungers can go back on afterwards. I can't make this stuff up. Alright, so we're gonna put this all back in. I don't know if there's a tightening sequence on them. Probably is, but I usually start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like a manifold, intake manifold. You work your way out to the ends. That way it seats in the middle and works its way out. So that's what we're gonna do. Torque, I don't know, 2 grunts and a fart maybe. You know, gorilla tight, who knows. We're gonna get it snug first. 1, 2, 2, 3, 'This is all going to be a long video, guys. 4, 5, 5, 6. I don't think there's any real way to do it. This is the way I do it. Is that this one? 7. Drop screwdriver. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. 7 and then 8. Then afterwards I'll go back and snug everything up. I just want it compressed down evenly. Alright, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're on the end here at that point. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So we got that. Alright. Now we're gonna put in the the pump lever. So essentially it's a shouldered screw. Okay, you need an S-hook. S-hook. I don't know if I can get this. It's gonna zoom in. Probably not. Skycam is failing. Okay. What you want to do is sleeve that first. And you want to depress the actual pump shaft. Make sure you hand thread it. Don't try to go right away with a screwdriver. Just snug that up. Tweak like a tweaker. Okay. Now, on this bracket here, there's 3 different holes for 3 different size carbs. The one I need is the middle hole. That's the 1406, 1405. What other ones is it? I think, and that's the 14. What is it? I forget. I know I need that hole. That's mine. That's my hole, that middle hole. So, this is a 1406. Okay? It says it right there, the stamping. That's the model of the carb, 1406. And they want that middle hole on the linkage. Okay? Okay. Alright guys, we're all reassembled, everything's back in. There's a grounding wire here for the choke. You're going to put that on the housing. Everything's tightened up. Linkages are all back in. Just food for thought. Before you take your carb apart, I suggest that you take pictures of where all your linkages go, like whether on a cell phone or just like when you do your videos, just take a video of it. That way you have some sort of reference to go back on, because some of the diagrams that they have kind of looks like a spaghetti factory exploded, and it's hard to decipher. So this is just something I would do. Just check it out, and we're ready to reinstall this car. But before I go put it back on the car, I like to take these screws, the idle air screws, tighten them all the way up until they bottom out. Okay. Likewise here. Okay. That's it. It's bottomed out. This one's bottomed out. Now I like to take them and turn them 1.5 revolutions. So it'll be 1/2. 1/2. Now, pretty much at that point, this car should be able to start, and then I can actually put my vacuum gauge on the vacuum port, which is this one, which is constant vacuum. This port is essentially, it's a advanced vacuum, so it works with your vacuum advance. As you spool up your car, this vacuum gets stronger and greater for the vacuum advance on the distributor. This one is constant, so you want to set your vacuum gauge to this one. So this carb is ready to go back on the car. That's going to be part 2. Part 3 will be installing and adjusting and try to get proper vacuum, and we'll call that a day. Alright, so this is Mark from the 2nd Gen. Bertha's on her way to getting her pump back on, and she's going to get her groove on. So be well, be safe, do the right thing, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for hanging out with the old Mockster. All right, buddy. I can't believe I just said that. You believe that, guy? We're gonna edit this. No, we might just leave it in. We're gonna leave it in to show you how stupid I sounded. All right. So, fellas, don't be stupid. Don't breathe too much of the carb cleaner because you start saying stupid shit. And be well. All right, guys. Peace.